Hello, and welcome. And if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing on 7 Days to Die console version, well, I'll tell you. We're gonna finally take a little tour of our favorite base that we ever made on this game on the PooParty map. And if you're unfamiliar with how console works, the maps were loaded in based on how you named your server. So any combination of letters and numbers would result in different map layouts. And PooParty was the one we found that had everything in the game as well as all of the landmarks on the map to loot and discover. So ended up being our favorite map. It also had a very big city in the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this to an easier difficulty here, and just show you the base. We don't want to really deal with everything else. Those familiar with console version are going to know that there was definitely a limit, and we certainly reached it. So I'm just trying to get it set up here so we don't have to deal with any zombies, and hopefully the game won't crash while we're doing this. I guess the nighttime doesn't matter, we just want minimal zombies. I think I have it turned off. Enemy spawning, yeah, there we go, turn that off. Alright, so to PooParty we go. We've done a lot of bases over the years on this game. Like I said, this was our favorite. 7 Days to Die, this version on console is going to be delisted from stores in just a couple of weeks, and we've already noticed hours played is no longer being tracked on the PlayStation on here, so we figured it's now or never on this video, and we've been wanting to do a tour of this place for a while, so here it finally is. I'm going to figure out where I am here and get outside, and we'll start from there. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to play this game. So, oh, we do still have some zombies, that's good. Let's just go back inside real quick while we look at the map. So as you can see, we've had, pretty much everyone in Mojo at one point or another on this game, back when we played it. Let's see here. There's the map. Zombies are trying to break in. So, we're right in the middle of the hub city of this map. We had initially spawned up in this town and started our base, and with a little testing, realized that we were building too big, and render distance matters in this game as far as enemy spawning is concerned, so maybe towards the end we'll go up there and take a look at our old starter base for funsies, but for now apparently I've got some zombies to deal with. Alright, well, so our base here in PooParty initially started with an apartment building. The apartment building, I think, served as just a safe spot one night, and we decided, hey, this could be a pretty cool building with a lot of potential, but again, console version very behind from the PC version, and also didn't offer any mod support, so we were pretty limited as to what we could do in survival, and customizing the base was pretty limited. But we did fortify the base. This was our front door area. We ended up locking it down and doing kind of a double doorway thing. We played a lot of Rust, so airlock was definitely a design that we went after. We had a couple of doors that would hopefully hold enemies back before you actually got up to the stairs here, and we made sure there was a lot of doors in this place. Unfortunately, because we got to a point where the game was crashing quite regularly, we have a lot of the apartment building that is still unfinished. So we're gonna go ahead and get up to a floor where we actually had something going on. Floor 2, similar situation. We didn't get anything going here. Floor 3, things got a little more interesting. So we didn't get anything going in this back room here, but tree farm. Tree farm was a fun one. So our base actually takes up the entire block, or was intended to anyway. We didn't quite get to the gas station over there in the corner, but we took over these 3 buildings, at least in this city block. And we kind of made no man's land here in the middle. Lots of traps and just a kind of a good area for us to shoot down on for Horde Night. So we ended up having a tree farm here because wood was not the easiest thing to come by in the city, and roaming around in the city wasn't always the best idea. So we took the little supermarket next door and started a little tree farm, and it's honestly one of our better choices and more interesting projects, and we'll definitely be keeping it around for the new installment. It's definitely one of our prouder builds. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. So as we attempted to, try and be semi-realistic with our build as well, we kind of made a med bay here, trying to act as kind of a little local clinic, but ultimately just was our med storage. Most of our rooms, we made sure I lit up balconies that we could shoot down from. Nick worked as our main kind of engineer and tinkerer down in the garage. So we always had weapons and ammo, and Dan was our main scavenging guy. And then there's Skippy's project, Skybridge, which connected our apartment complex to the funeral home next door. It was quite the project, and I'm still to this day very impressed with it. And I think you did a great job, Skip. We of course had the ladder, a quick sneak point over here to get to floor 4. And going down, this is where you saw me spawn in at, actually. Going down leads us to Nick's little tinkering area and what became our garage. So we kind of did a similar thing here on the other side here, the front of our funeral home, and did kind of the airlock type build like we were talking about from Rust. And ended up trying to kind of wall off the front here. We obviously didn't get it finished, but we tried to add some layers, that way it was easier to get the bikes in and out without dealing with the zombies. And we also had a little side door here. Just another in and out. Oh boy, here we go. But yeah, our garage, we had lots of bikes going on down here, a little bike workspace. Because the building kind of felt like a little church. We had our Church of the Tom, which anyone close enough in Mojo knows that we had some ties to Tom Petty and our creation of Mojo. So a little joke we like to have is our Church of the Tom, which is just a kind of a gag off of a Family Guy's Church of the Fonz. So any Family Guy lovers out there might understand what we're talking about. We have a back door here that acted as our main storage and kind of Nick's safe spot to work and get us our guns. He had a bed down here and everything because he spent so much time down here. And then I'm back on our upper floor here. Gonna head back to the apartment complex. Everyone had a room. everyone that played with us ended up having a room, at least if they wanted. And, well, we had our lounge, our bar and grill area up here. We tried to make a interesting setup up here, and given our resources, I don't think it turned out so bad. So yeah, this little fun area we had, kind of hang out as a group. We had a couple of bedrooms down here that, you know, we had opened up for some of the guys that didn't end up using them. And again, the floor that kind of went unused. And then we get up here where we had kind of our main floor, me, Skip, Nick, and Dan. And Dan ended up just having kind of a dump-off room here because he scavenged so much, and he would just come here and dump his stuff off, and we would end up taking it, sorting it out. And then, you know, we all had our private rooms just for our own personal storage, things we wanted to hold on to that, you know, we didn't want to necessarily lose. And just kind of nice to have your own room that you can, you know, do as you please. And, you know, things like this at Nick's room probably didn't help us with the crashing, but it is what it is. Off to the side here, we had our ladder access. I actually give you quick access to any floor if you wanted, all the way down to base level, and all the way up to Mojo Rooftop Garden, which is where we had a little bit of farming for trees, but mostly our crops. And again, another fantastic decision by us. We had our seed to plant ratio all figured out, so we knew just how many plants we had to hold on to for seed purposes, and then everything else we could take for our own use. It was a really self-efficient base we had here up until the inevitable crashing. But yeah, that is basically the Mojo PooParty base without getting, you know, too overly in depth with it. And it served us well. I guess I can't see. Oh, yes, I can. On day 59, so made it a good distance on this one for it being a console map and all. And especially given the size of our build here. But I want to go ahead and take you guys up to our original base just for one last little look at where it all started. As you can see, we drove into spike traps a lot. We got a broken bike over here to prove it. Let's see, we got one with gas. Sure do. Alright, and we're off. Nice thing about being in the hub city, we had pretty much everything here. But the downfalls of the hub city also meant we had pretty much everything here for zombies, and again, trying to render the city probably didn't help the crashing either, but if you noticed, our last little attempt at playing this just a little over a year ago was on the Valencia map, which was one of the fan favorite maps that console players were using. We had an interesting build there. Anyone who follows the channel or follows the TikTok probably saw the Skippy glitch that we had where he's coming out of the floor, and that was that was down there on the Valencia map. But yeah, the new version coming to console here, July 25th is what we were told. So you'll definitely be seeing the Mojo Squad back in action on our favorite game, one of our favorite games, and we're really excited to get back to it. We plan on streaming quite a bit and making a lot of content, and that's water. That is not the road. But yeah, we got a lot of different builds in mind that we want to try out, so we'll probably be trying a few different maps, a few different base build techniques. We'll see what works and what doesn't. You'll definitely be seeing Skip and Nick there with me. We'll see if we have any returning guys from the squad who want to join up. Zach H, Spence, Dan. You know, any new guys that even want to maybe slide over on the new version, we'll see. I'm not sure what the limit's going to be as far as co-op goes. I know we're only allowed 4 here. I don't know if the new PS5 version is going to allow more or not. But we're certainly going to find out. You'll see us here real soon. We should be getting somewhat close to town here. Yeah, we know we had a few people that were curious about our 7 Days to Die maps, and we always kind of wanted to do just a little showcase of this base, just if nothing more, at least for our own memories. And we actually have a few others kind of planned, I guess. There's a Minecraft world that we kind of worked on and off over the years that we wouldn't mind going back and maybe doing a showcase of, and there's been a little interest also in, a few other builds that we've done elsewhere that we might make some videos of. So if you're interested, definitely let us know. It certainly encourages us to go and make videos like this. You'll definitely be seeing us do a little more PUBG content as we go. We might sneak an Elden Ring thing in there here and there before 7 Days to Die comes out. We've got college football that a few of the boys are excited about. We've got Delta Force coming out with their new game. And we also have Test Drive coming out with a new game. So we got a few things we're looking forward to yet this year. And you can definitely expect us to make some content probably for all of it. Alright, we gotta be getting close here. Alright, here we are. Back in town. So our original base on this map started out as just a house, and we tried to, once again, take over a block, and all these smaller spread out towns, once you build out of the render distance, zombies will just spawn inside your base, at least inside your walls. So we learned that the hard way up here, and eventually moved down to the city. We started just here up ahead, and here's our gate opening. And what used to be just a normal house is now a bunker, and we had a garage over here that Nick worked in, and a little side garden over here off to the side. That's where it all began. It's kind of funny just coming back to this even. We had way up to the roof here just so we could defend ourselves. Ended up adding on to it actually so we could work on dirt bikes in a separate room. Yeah. Tried to wall off an entire block of town here. I wasn't as good as you'd think it'd be. But this house served us well for a good while up until we were kind of forced to move. Lots of little access points here we had on the corners to get up and defend during Horde Night. At our entry point here, our front door overlook, and then we even had a connector over here to the wall. Got us up here real quick to the sentry where we came in at, and we eventually were gonna build down so you can walk around the whole thing, but some things just didn't happen. But yeah, this has been the PooParty experience, our big base over in Hub City, and this here is our starter base. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks to everyone who's been checking out all of our content recently, honestly, and we just wanted to get this done while we still could and before the new 7 Days to Die drops here at the end of the month. You'll definitely be seeing us there. We hope to see you there. And yeah, thanks. Peace. We'll see you next time.